Another point. Tonight, Mayor Wheeler says he told police not to use a device that emits a loud sonic tone that they use for crowd control.
It's actually called the LRAD device, and earlier today, police demonstrated the device for members of the press. It's also important to remember that the mayor is the police commissioner here in Portland, so his order to not use that isn't simply just a...
Hi, and welcome back to the Triggered Newscast. Tonight, I wanted to talk about the epic failure that is the Portland mayor. You see, the Portland mayor ordered the Portland police to stand down. Effectively, as the police commissioner of Portland, the Portland mayor has dictated that the police do not use their long-range acoustic devices to disrupt rioting crowds. So, effectively, after June 5th, when the first time they were discharged to disrupt people throwing rocks at the LRAD vehicle, the Portland mayor ordered the police to stand down and not use it for any purpose other than communication, a purpose in which it is not intended. It was solely intended for the disruption of crowds and was first used in war in Afghanistan. It was first used on American soil September 24th and 25th in 2009 during the G20 summit in Pittsburgh, in a Democratic city under the Obama-Biden presidency. It can be argued the efficacy and the need for police to use these types of things on crowds. But one thing that cannot be argued or contested is that for the last 60 days, the mayor of Portland, effectively the police commissioner, the highest in charge, has ordered that the Portland police stand down and do not use their crowd disruption technology to disrupt crowds that are trying to vandalize federal property, and instead have fought the federal government at every turn, and with the help of the media have tried to perpetuate the image that the peaceful crowd has been under attack by the federal government. A statement which could not be further from the truth and more hypocritical in nature from the Democrat regime that was in charge in 2009 through 2011 during the Occupy Wall Street and many other civil disruption occurrences across the United States, where we saw great crowds and great instances and clashes of the police and civilians, many of which also tragically led to the death of people on both sides. What we've seen in 2020 has been taken to a whole new height, and I would like to posit that it is wholly the part of these Democrat-leaning media outlets who have tried to perpetuate the idea that this is only being done by peaceful protesters, and specifically Democratic mayors and governors of these cities and states who are standing down and allowing this to happen. So, looking into Portland Gate, I'd like us all to call out the Portland mayor and make sure that we do have these riots disrupted before the federal government has to come in, before the National Guard has to come in. We want sovereign local powers to take control. We believe in the police, but we need the local mayors to actually utilize their police forces correctly, or take the actual accountability that they deserve. Have a good night. We'll see you at the next Triggered Newscast. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't seen us before, give me a subscribe, and we'll see you at the next Triggered Newscast.